I'm going to check my connections over here. I believe we are well connected across platform, and I am very exciting to have the Influx AI team back to our Binance Live. Hello everyone, this is Moonlight from the Real Moonlight Show, and today we are live streaming Lee's AMA session across Binance Live, YouTube, Twitter streaming, as well as our Twitch and YouTube. We are everywhere, everyone. And today, over here, our guest speakers are David. He is the InfluxAI CTO and AdLab CEO. We also have Emika, Chief Innovation Officer, and Ayo is the technical advisor. Welcome, gentlemen, to our AMA session today to talk about how InfluxAI empowers investors to combat crypto crime. And today is October 16th. This is Moonlight, your host. Well, we start to receive a lot of comments, right, across different platforms from our Twitter and from our Discord communities and Telegram community asking, wow, what is crypto crime? And do you help investors, whether it's large, like well investors or small ones, right, to combat crypto crime? This is definitely a very important topic to all of us. And before we dive into our very first question, we would like to invite each of our speakers to introduce yourself and your role at Influx AI. Let's welcome David Lee, Influx AI CTO and LFCO, to introduce yourself. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. It's great to be here again. Thanks, Moonlight, for that introduction. My name is David Adiola. I am the CTO of InfluxAI and also AdLab CEO. So pretty much been in the Web3 space for a while, and it's been interesting. And also like trying to do some very innovative stuff around that area as well. So thanks.
Thank you
I
so
think,
much. Yes, please.
yeah.
Okay, and thank you so much for coming back to our Binance Live over here again, Davey. So glad to have you. Following that, we would like to invite Emika, the Chief Innovation Officer from InfluxAI, to introduce yourself to us. Thank you.
Hey everyone. I'm Emeka Orji, CIO at InfluxAI. So CIO technically means Chief Information Officer. I think there was a little mistake there. So Chief Information Officer. So I deal with more of the IT technology part of things instead of innovation. Yeah. So my background is kind of between artificial intelligence and Web3. So I do more within the space of AI and Web3, and that's basically my contribution to InfluxAI currently is around that space. Yeah, that's nice to have everyone here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Emika, and thank you for the correction. Okay, so CIO stands for Chief Information Officer. Welcome. And following that, we would like to invite Ayo, Techno Advisor, to introduce yourself. Welcome.
Hey everyone, thanks for that moonlight. Great to be here. So name is Ayo, technical advisor at InfluxAI. Pretty much background is around everything technical and advised a couple of protocols, layer 1 protocols and layer 2 protocols. And background is just generally everything blockchain, AI, and applications in general. And excited about what InfluxAI is doing, and happy to be working closely with the C team to bring this project live. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Ayo, for the intro. Thank you, everyone. And I wanted to share my other screen over here because guess what? I see that our AMA session is being featured on the front page of Binance Live over here. So, everyone, if you go to Binance.com or if you open your Binance app and then find the live session, you're going to see us, our a banner up front over the front page, and just click on the banner. You will join our live streaming room, and we are here to answer your questions. If you have any questions about AI or about Influx AI or cryptocurrency, right? How to protect our assets, please feel free to post your questions in the comments. Also, during today's live session, we are continuing to give away crypto boxes, and if you could, yeah, stay here, you're going to receive a lot of crypto boxes directly go to your Binance account, which is really convenient. So join us on Binance. Right now, we have close to 4,000 live views. Friends, keep going. When it hit 5,000 views, I'm going to throw another big round of crypto boxes to everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. And now I'm going to come back to share our banner over here again. And friends, be sure to go to Twitter and give Influx AI a follow. You can find them Influx underscore AI underscore pro. Pro means professional. Okay, let's go over to our very first discussion topic over here. We would like to talk about the current state of crime in the crypto space, particularly around rug pulls and scammers. I scam our tokens away. Also, the most important part is, how does InfluxAI address these issues? Who would like to jump in to answer this question first? Feel free to open your mic. Thank you.
Hi everybody, David here again. So I'll just talk around like the idea behind these certain crypto crimes, what it looks like, and some historical background. So honestly, the crypto market has really experienced a significant increase in fraud with rug pulls and scam tokens becoming like most of like the notorious crimes that we've seen. In 2021 alone, rug pulls like really reached to like about 30 something percent of all crypto scams revenue, costing investors so much more, like so much more. And these scams occur when developers like create tokens and promote them heavily, make anticipation, like make a lot of shout outs, and kind of like make people in the state of they call it FOMO, means fear of missing out. So people feel like they will miss out if like they do not invest in that specific crypto assets. And then they suddenly withdraw like all the liquidity, leaving investors with like worthless tokens, which is really crazy, right? And honestly, we've seen that happen over and over again, causing investors, users, blockchain enthusiasts to lose a lot of assets. And honestly, the way InfluxAI addresses that is we're using the latest technology, being AI and Web3, to create blockchain security. I know people might be curious to understand like blockchain security. So it is not like the traditional way, because we understand that honestly, to be able to create a vast security across the ecosystem, it's good to note that you have to consider some level of access that you will need to cover. So meaning that you are able to attend to like day-to-day users in the crypto space, people that do not understand how these things work. And specifically, right, there are certain things that are being noted, things like smart contracts, token behavior. So these are the things that we are now analyze on our platform. These transaction patterns like liquidity movements and things like development activity around the ecosystem. And our system would detect like early signs and malicious intent to provide users with real-time data and real-time analysis on what that token looks like. So this proactive approach, honestly, is to ensure that investors have all the information that they need, all the data that they need to be able to make the right decisions when it comes to investment. I think I could leave the floor open for the rest of my team to contribute to this question as well. Thank you.
Of course. Thank you so much, David, for chiming first. And I would like to check if our guest speakers also would like to add any other information, Imika or Ayo. Thank you.
I think for me, right? I think David covered most of it. But let me pass it on to Emeka just in case he has anything to add. But I think David pretty much covered most of it. Yeah.
Got it. Thank you so much. And Imika, would you like to also chiming in? If not, well, let's double check our audience over here. So far, we have 4,300 live views, and everyone, be sure to help us to share this AMA link. The more, the merrier. When more people are here, we're going to drop more boxes, and be sure to also go to Twitter or X and give InfluxAI a follow. Find and search InfluxAI Pro, and definitely this is a very great topic to start, right? Our discussion today, because rapports and scan tokens have become very serious issues in the Web3 space. And let's go over to our second discussion topics. What makes Influx AI's technology stand out in terms of detecting fraudulent projects compared to existing security solutions? David, would you like to answer this first as well? Thank you.
Okay. Sounds good. So honestly, like the way our technology is designed is in detecting raw projects and fraudulent projects, kind of like it's different from like the traditional way that things have been implemented. We are going beyond the traditional analysis or manual reviews process. There are many security platforms, and they focus like on post-event analysis. But at InfluxAI, we are able to like continuously monitor on-chain behavior, predict risks based on like patterns, learn from historical scams and also like rug pulls. And with that, we're able to create a more detailed analysis into what the token looks like real time. And what that brings to the table, honestly, is that you are inclined with enough information as fast as you can, and also as much as you can. The long-term goal is also to be like the go-to platform for every kind of on-chain activity and also like off-chain activity around a specific token. So meaning that you get out of the box every single data that you need, every single information that you need to make the right decisions. We have seen other platforms that are really great, honestly, focusing on areas that has to do with like maybe for specific people, being like traders, being specific analytic investors. But when it comes down to the massive number of people that actually fall into the scams, they are also covered into people that are actually not, tech savvy per se, and also like not deeply into the crypto space, but generally to provide that, safety around the ecosystem. That's what we're trying to do. And, compared to like other solutions that we have seen, what we are bringing to the table is that we're using AI to make it, more intuitive, to increase user retention. One of the best ways for you to kind of like increase education when it comes to different platforms or different products is that you are able to make users want to stay there and be there, and also understand what you're trying to project. So with our user-friendly design and also our effective tools in terms of like analytic tools that we have on our platform, makes it faster and easier for people to navigate, the blockchain space with all the information that they need. We have graphs, charts, and also AI insights. So that's another feature that it's on our platform, such that you could have conversations with the chat, and just kind of gives that real-time feel that you could easily understand and you could easily find what you're looking for without spending so much time or spending so much effort. And you would be able to chain all those information into real usable data to make your own decision on how you're going to invest in a project, and also like what the safety score looks like. So that's just really to my hand. I would leave the floor open again if any of my team want to contribute.
Got it. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, and also by the way, I got messages. Actually, people do hope we could start our videos. What do you think, gentlemen? Should we start our video camera? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Put my on for it.
Okay. Yeah, because this is a video AMA, and our audience feel like, oh guys, if we could see all of you, that would be awesome. I also start my Show respect, gentlemen. Okay. Sorry about that. And Ayo or Mika, would you like to? Ooh, where is Mika? So Ayo, would you like to continue the discussion? Yeah, we were just talking about the second topic, right? Talk about how the InfluxAI team is dictating those fraudulent projects, right, compared to other security solutions. And do we have any speakers who wanted to add more information to this topic? Thank you.
Yeah, I think Emeka wants to say something,
Of
but I think
course.
not audible. Like his
Yeah.
mic is muted.
Can you hear me?
Okay,
Oh,
now I
now we
can
can
hear
hear
you.
you now. Perfect.
Yeah, okay. I wanted to add something to what David said about, what makes InfluxAI different. Yeah. Specifically on the user side of things, we're trying to build a platform that is more accessible for the general public, like not just people who are technical or people who are gurus, like in the cryptocurrency space. We want to build something that a layman, a lay user, someone who is just coming into the crypto space, can use our platform, and um, as- get an AI helper, like talk directly um, to charts, like to data, to real time data, and most of the other platforms that we've seen that do Web3 security, they do more of Web3 security on the aspect of maybe things like the contract data, which is a technical term for what powers a token. Um, but what we're doing is we want to be on we want to give real time information, real time data about the particular token. So a token might have been perfect as a last month, but by this time of the month, something else has been introduced that might make like that something else fishy might have been introduced. So we're giving the users like real time data, you know, um, that will help them make the decisions on whether to invest or whether to go on with a particular token or not. Yeah, so that's like something really profound that makes InfluxAI stand out.
Nice. Yeah, definitely. This is going to be very important, right? So our users could be protected. And I have a quick question. Is this AI tool already um, launched and be able to use by the general public?
Not yet. So, but to be out soon. We are still like in testing phase and pretty excited with what we have now, honestly. But not soon, but pretty soon. Not yet.
Nice, nice. Definitely looking forward to it. Yes, and I also like to comment that friends, this is another important point, right? Because what really exciting about Influx AI is approach, right? Is the level of sophistication and its AI algorithm also helping us, right, to combat fraudulent and scamming projects to protect ourselves. And the AI tool will be launched pretty soon. But once again, friends, what should we do? Be sure to go to Twitter or X and give Influx AI Pro a follow. So once the tool is ready to use, you will be the first people, right? First group of people to be able to try it. And this is definitely, very important. So everyday use, right? When it comes to preventing scams and fraud in the very fast moving space in Web3. Okay, the next topic we would like to talk about is how does InfluxAI empower the average investor? For example, like Moonlight, right? To become more security savvy in the Web3 world. Thank you.
Yeah, that's a great question, honestly, because when we say like empower investors, what we're trying to do is, like Emeka said, to make it easily accessible to like major people and people that are actually even new to the space, they could find it easy to navigate. And that's one very powerful thing about increasing user retention. People they easily understand what they're saying. they are able to contribute, they're able to like have access, they're able to get the same, the same fuel and knowledge that they need to move to the next stage when it comes to investments. And what we're doing by empowering investors is specifically around creating like a great track record for them, because if they're able to like have safe investments based on like more strategic decisions that they have made, they will see that in the next coming couple of months or years would have many people equipped with the right tools to be able to make great investments, and that kind of like increases their integrity in the space. And over time, what we'll see is that they will start understanding, what to look for when it comes to projects and tokens. In the long run, we'll be able to create some sort of, I don't want to say standard, but we'll be able to shape the space in such a way that people would be able to, at first sight, be able to know what to do and know what to say, or, how to contribute. And, there'll be clear things like, risk assessments for tokens on our platform that every user would have access to. Things like there'll be risk scores, like I call it safety score. They will be able to use the safety score. And, in the long run, one of the things that we also intend to provide is for businesses, such that businesses would be able to like get API support from our product and be able to, showcase to their own users, the benefits of what we are doing. So that means like, let's say a company that has a wallet could get like our API and, be able to safeguard their own, customers, thereby increasing their own integrity, such that before they make any specific, maybe buy a specific assets with our APIs, they'll be able to kind of like get some information about that token before they make that investment. And if they want more information, they could then like come to a platform and see like the complete report on why that token is being projected that way, if that makes sense. So we are trying to make it as much as possible easy to understand. There'll be breakdowns into every sections on what each potential red flag looks like. And red flags like liquidity, centralization, suspicious developer activity, or even like abnormal transaction patterns. These things will be there. And with what Emeka mentioned about the AI insight, that you could have a conversation with your charts, it's pretty revolutionary, because with that you could, even if you do not have all the data that you want at one glance, you could find out more information by asking, okay, what happened? So it's more like for day-to-day traders, that does like back testing. So it's like you're doing back testing, but a lot more faster and a lot easier, because you'll be able to have conversations with historical data and be able to, understand what you're saying and be able to respond appropriately. So additionally, like InfluxAI offers like more educational tools to help like users understand like common crypto risks, including rug pulls and scams, like I mentioned, making them more confident and informed, by combining AI security analysis and alerts with user-friendly dashboard, is what we're trying to do to make sure that we are able to solve that problem, the right way. And yeah, so we just want to make our investors smarter when it comes to making decisions, safer decisions without needing to be a blockchain expert. So yeah. Thank
Wow,
you.
that is really nice. Thank you so much. Yeah, so many details will be provided to everyday user, right, to inform or to educate us and have assessment, help us to understand and to prevent those from happening, and with the AI tool, right, to support us. Thank you so much, David, for sharing the information with us. And I would like to also double check with Emeka or Ayo would like to add additional information on this topic in terms of how InfluxAI help our everyday Web3 users to become more security savvy. Thank you.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. So I want to mention something which David dabbled into a little bit, but like he didn't dig deep into that. And we this is something that we've kept in we've kept in front of us, like while building this awesome project. This is something that we are moving by. That we want to abstract the level, the amount of research that an average investor does before looking into other direction of a particular token. So an average investor, when you want to invest or look at any token, there's a bunch of research you need to do. You need to find out about the team behind the project. You need to find out about, let's say, tweets from the project and maybe public information in general, and also how the project is doing on different dexes and scans. Like you want to get all this information about this project, and you have to go to a bunch of places. So what we want to do is we want to centralize your research. We want to bring your research into one dashboard so that you come to our platform, everything you need to see about a particular token to make all the data, right? Yeah, that's basically what we hope to achieve at InfluxAI. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mika, for the additional information. And I'll please feel free to open your mic if you also like to add anything else over here. Thank you. And well, of course, yeah, both our speakers, David and Imika, yeah, share information that actually resonate a lot with our audience over here, right? Yeah, especially for people who are newer to the crypto space. And Influx AI doesn't just act as behind the scene tool, but it also focuses on education. Right? And by providing easy to understand insights and large InfluxAI is empowering everyday investors to make smarter decisions. This is definitely super important. Thank you for letting us know more about that. Following the discussion, we would like to also talk about the next one. Can you share some data or projections on how InfluxAI plans to reduce crime rates in the crypto investment market? Thank you.
Yeah. So honestly, the way that we want to be able to increase crime in the entire crypto market is so take for instance, like, okay, now because InfluxAI honestly has the potential to reduce crypto crime rates because our major, not like our major, like one of our major focus is like primary source of investment losses, and these are like rock bones and scam tokens, and sometimes projects that do not do specific, would I say, due diligence when it comes to building up a product, and they end up building up a product the wrong way, if that makes sense. So that means that it could pose potential threats if the product or the project could not scale, and there's no like specific utility for that particular product. So the idea there is that we've seen like a high risk of project early that we project that like based on initial data that we've seen that crypto industry has lost billions like annually, and this translates to like hundreds of millions in saved investments. As more users adopt InfluxAI, we intend to like increase like the community with more benefits, because the engine that really powers InfluxAI, honestly, I would say, is the community. So one thing that we're building with InfluxAI is that we're not building it outside of the value that the community needs and the value that they can contribute. So what that means is that, for instance, on our platform, users will be able to contribute, valuable contributions to our platform. What that means is that once they make a valid contribution, let's say, for instance, we don't have a specific data set that we need to complete our analysis, and some user somewhere has that level of that information, they could kind of like contribute or give like opinions, right? And those opinions are like stored on chain. The idea of those opinions is that it's transparent, and people could kind of like add value, and people's opinion being on the platform means that once people make significant valuable contributions, they get tokenized for it, and they could kind of like mint it at an NFT later in the future. So what that means is that in the long run, we are building a vast community that understands what we are building and are able to like contribute alongside the product. So we are going to evolve alongside our community, because the idea is also to make sure that we're equipping them with the right information, the right knowledge, and also we're able to project what we are trying to do, or the safety we're trying to build. Based on initial data from tests that we've seen, like AI-driven technology we've seen how powerful it is, that it could reduce, so much strenuous task. And inputting that into InfluxAI, we'll be able to detect, scam tokens, by more percent, and also be able to be more effective in that way. Because things like real-time detection is what we're going to provide, risk scoring or predictive risk scoring, and scalable protection. So what that means is that we'll be able to, as more investors and platforms adopt InfluxAI, the network would kind of like evolve, come into place, such that we're offering more protection across more blockchain networks, each new user or platform integrated into InfluxAI ecosystem will kind of like contribute to a greater collective security. So it's like we are building InfluxAI and also not taking the community apart. So yeah, so that's my contribution on that question. Thank you.
That is amazing. Thank you so much, Davey, for sharing that with us. And something, yeah, also very important, right? And everyone be sure to give InfluxAI a follow. I would also like to hear if Ayo or Imika have any additional information that you'd like to share over here.
Yeah, I think I'm good. Like David has most of the data that has to do with it, so I think I'm good.
Got it. Okay, so yeah, friends, this is definitely really exciting, right? And I see that right now we have over 6,000 live viewers over here on Banasai. Everyone be sure to go to InfluxAI Pro on X or Twitter, right? Or search InfluxAI and then give them a follow, because the projection really shows significant potential, right, for reducing crime rates in the crypto space. And that's important to us, right? As we could see, the bull round, okay, right now we have a very happy bull cycle, right? As we are speaking now, the Bitcoin price is climbing up, and everyone, while investing, be sure to be very cautious regarding how to protect your assets. So let's go to the next discussion topic over here. What are some key challenges that InfluxAI face in reducing crypto crime, and how do you plan to overcome those challenges? Thank you. David, would you like to jump into the discussion first?
Yeah, sure. Or Emeka, do you want to go first? You could go if you.
Oh yeah, feel free to start.
Yeah. I think I think I could go first and maybe talk about like the engineering part of things, like the problem to face on the engineering side, and then David could talk about the market side of things. Great. Yeah, so most of the problems we face on the engineering side currently is data. Like David mentioned, one of the ways we hope to combat that is through the community, like getting the community to support. So we have all the data we need to provide a really robust analysis. But currently, we have our biggest problem currently, is how to outsource data, and data is really quite expensive to get. But we have been able to, combat most of the problems, or up until now, we've been able to combat most of the problems we face with getting, specific data that is really going to help in making a token analysis robust. And I think in the nearest future, it will we'll be able to come around most of the sort of problems we have. And yeah, that's basically it on the engineering side. Just iterating on what we have, and then, like David said, once we get help from the community, it will be something that I don't know. I think I made most of my point here.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much, Emeka. Yeah, so like Emeka said, so let me touch on that a little bit, specifically around when it comes to the evolving landscape of, crypto crimes, and also like the blockchain technology itself. And because of the engine, behind like, a blockchain product, are like smart contracts that you write, to the blockchain, and which essentially like covers like the core features or the core infrastructure of the product of many blockchain products. So, because of the way the entire landscape is evolving, it has really driven, it to a space where we have new things happening every day. We have new scams coming every day. We have new kind of vulnerabilities, new kinds of bugs every day. And with that, we've seen that because there are new updates every day from the entire ecosystem, we need to be able to meet up and catch up. And by meeting up and catching up, I mean by being able to get access to, consistent relevant data, and also like consistent relevant bugs. So what I mean by consistent relevant bugs is that imagine in a smart contract, there are things that could be hidden in a smart contract, for example, and we've seen great efforts from auditing firms being able to like audit smart contracts for companies and stuff. But specifically, right around that area, one thing that we've seen is that there's a community backing that those companies, those auditing firms, for example, being the developer community. So even in our pipeline or in our milestones, we intend to create some more value beyond just day-to-day users for crypto assets. But I'm talking about even the people that build core value product, being the developers. And what we're trying to do is be able to get out tools for them that would help them aid the effort in building smart contracts the right way. Now I'm getting somewhere. So what that means is that if we have a huge stack of developer communities building smart contracts correctly, building products correctly, we've seen a lot of like developers become CEOs, become CTOs, like myself as well, right? And I've seen that honestly, they need some level of equipping in some certain areas, some level of resources. Now I'm talking about if they have the right tools or best, most effective tools to build smart contracts correctly, we would see less bugs and we'll see less vulnerabilities. And another thing also is the fact that because there are new bugs every day, it poses potential threats to smart contracts, also to vulnerabilities and scams, loopholes in products. So, and those loopholes, we can correct that by having developers also contribute to our product. So what we're doing in the long run is that we'll give developers the ability to contribute to the blockchain ecosystem, contributing to our product. So by contributing, they get incentives for that. The idea behind the incentives is that they get premium access to even contribute more. By contributing, what we then see is that because our eyes cannot be everywhere, that's for a fact, but we need to be able to work hand in hand with like great companies, great communities that are really doing excellently well, and empower them to be able to get more access, get more value, get more resources, get more data, so that we can use to build a more holistic ecosystem for InfluxAI. Because in the long run, we intend to create safety beyond the natural. We want to create a naturally evolving a naturally evolving landscape of security in InfluxAI, such that it's a cycle of events that leads to more security, more safety, more trust, because we have not just us, the huge stack of community contributing to the core of the product, such that each value being added will be validated. And once of great value, it's added to our stack. So that means that we are up to date with technology, one, and we're also up to date with data from our platform. Data the users could give opinions, and those opinions, they're stored in a way that it creates value for the platform. We actually, if you look at our tokenomics, for example, we say that 50% of our tokens goes to the community. That shows how much community driven we are. And we're not just trying to build this out of our own ideas alone, but also trying to create more space for people to contribute. So it's like we're an open book for great minds, great innovation, great ideas to contribute to our platform to make it more better, not for ourselves, but also for the entire ecosystem, for the entire community. We're talking about businesses, traders, investors, developers, day-to-day users, crypto enthusiasts. And because, for example, just take for a very, very great example, if my mom gets hacked, I could potentially get hacked, right? Because there's a data leakage somewhere. She has access to some of my information, to some of my data, and that could kind of like pose potential threats to to some of my own private data. But imagine if everybody's well informed, not just by text information, but also by an intuitive platform that everybody can contribute to and get value in return. What we'll see in the long run is that we get a community of people that are well informed, well equipped, and also are ready to battle the crimes that are facing the blockchain ecosystem. Our long-term goal, honestly, is to be able to increase adoption. And the way we can increase adoption is by creating things that are pain points in specific stakeholders in the blockchain ecosystem. Like I said, being businesses, day-to-day users, crypto enthusiasts, traders and developers. So being able to solve those specific pain points would enable us to reach a vast majority and create more value to the entire ecosystem. One of the key challenges, like I mentioned, is like the evolving nature of crypto scams. Fraudsters are becoming more sophisticated, finding new ways to kind of like exploit loopholes, in smart contracts and liquidity pools. And to overcome this, honestly, we want to continually update our AI models, our technology, our stack, our data with new, will I say, ready to battle fraudulent. I don't know. I don't write English here, but but I know what I mean. Like, so specifically, like ready to battle, systems that would, really challenge those fraudulent techniques, kind of like rendering them obsolete over time. So, by constantly learning from, new scam patterns and also like integrating global blockchain data, our platform stays, ahead of bad actors. So like another challenge that I want to mention, like I mentioned before, is like the educating the community part, because many investors still rely on, hype or like influencer endorsements rather than sound security practices. And we addressing this is we're going to be able to offer comprehensive educational resources and simplifying security assessments, making it more easier for everyday investors to stay informed and honestly protected. So, and also we have scalability in mind, because scalability can be a hurdle when it comes to blockchain ecosystems and looking at how it grows. So to counter this, honestly, we are trying to build and scale efficiently, leveraging decentralized AI models, and also like using process that actually has access or like strength when it comes to dealing with multiple data points, so across multiple blockchain networks. So we intend to evolve and scale rapidly and also make our community scale that way. So we're able to add value and we get value, and with the value we get, we keep adding more value. So it's like a cycle that keeps evolving. I think that's all my thoughts right there. Just put up.
Nice. Thank you so much, David. Yeah, wow. This is definitely, very informative, right? And also show that Influx AI is well positioned to stay ahead in the Web3 space, especially protecting our assets, right? Just like you mentioned, we don't just protect our own data and our own asset, but we also need to pay attention to our family members, right? Or our close friends, because once they get hacked, our data, right? Maybe our C phrases or private keys, right? Or other personal information might also leak, right? Through that as well. So very important to protect ourselves and also protect people around us as well. And I see that now we have over 8,000 live views, close to 9,000 right now. Well, are we ready to take some audience questions, gentlemen? Let's go. I see that, we have our AMA assistant over here collecting questions and sending to me over here. Okay. Okay, asking about some. Okay, so over here, this is a good one. How does Influx AI collect and analyze data from different crypto projects and to detect fraudulent activities to determine that it's a scam? Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, Emeka, would you like to say anything first? Because I kind of pretty much sense that you would like to say something.
Yeah. That's kind of more on the engineering side. So I think I would love to say something here. How we collect data.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then to
Yeah. Can you hear me?
yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, yeah. So how we collect data, we collect data like from a bunch of places actually. So yeah, so we have uh setup, like we have basically we do a lot of uh we've done a lot of planning about how we obtain data from multiple um, scans and dexes. Remember, I said earlier that for a particular token, we want to give the user as much data as possible from dexes, scans, and basically everywhere on the internet. If you want to find out about, let's say, um, what's going on Twitter about this particular token, or what's going um, on social media about this particular token, or what does the development cycle of this particular token look like? What does the GitHub look like? What's the community behind them? Like the developers behind them, the team behind them. So we're getting data actually from a bunch of places. Like there's no specific single source, where we pull all data from. If there were, that would be great. That would help us reduce a lot of cost, but unfortunately, there's not. So we get data from a bunch of places. Really a bunch of places. Yeah.
Got it. Thank you so much. Yes, and David, would you like to add anything to this one?
Yeah, just a little. Emeka pretty covered like the specifics when it comes to our collecting data. But I'll just talk a little bit about the essence of the data that we're collecting. So because data are kind of like spread across different platforms and different systems, it's important to be able to have as much rich data as possible, because then you could kind of like create more detailed analysis. So that's why the data is super important. So for instance, we have data that are on-chain data, because honestly, the idea of blockchain is that it's decentralized, there's safety, there's trust, there's transparency. So that means that pretty much anything you want to see on chain, you could see them if you look in the right places, right? And that being said, being able to have access to the blockchain data, and also providing more data that people would have to look for different multiple points to be able to get that data is what we are doing. So like for instance, now being able to have access to things like their website, the VCs backing them, the team behind the project, their white paper if they have one, things like around every single news around that particular token will be provided on our platform, such that you'll be able to have out of the box every single information that you need. And the essence of that is that one I said, being able to create more valid analysis, we need as much data as we can get on that specific token. Then it's more realistic to be able to project that way, because we're doing a lot of like back testing with like trends. So for example, now let me give you a very good example when it comes to a specific kind of data. Imagine you examine the trading history of a specific token, and you realize that there are a lot of buys and there are no sells. That could actually be a threat. So being able to understand the value that those data provide, and we're using those values, so kind of like creates a very valid analysis, makes it more powerful for us, and makes it more powerful for InfluxAI, because we're not just giving you redundant data. Like I say, we're not just giving you data, we're not just even giving you analysis, we're giving you data, we're giving you analysis, and we're also giving you ability to have conversation with those information that you have. So if you see like a chart or an analysis on a particular, let's say, trading history or whatnot, you also get some kind of information on what you're seeing. So it kind of like explains the chart for you in simple terms. So every single step, you are able to get a simple understanding of that specific data that you are interfacing with, which is more powerful. IO has really, showed, really pivotal to the success of this. Honestly, I would say, because he has a lot of experience, in the blockchain ecosystem. He has been on multiple projects, also been on different, different space when it comes to understanding crypto. He's also like an investor too, so he's a great guy. So I think you might like to contribute to this specific question, because he would have something great to say. Ayo, are you still here?
Yeah, hey everyone. Yeah,
Hi.
to be honest, pretty much what I was excited about Influx AI when David brought the project to me was specifically about um, it's not just about having all this data, but like kind of like, for example, let me give you a literal example. Say, for example, you want to invest in a new meme coin that was just launched. Pretty much what we are doing on like on under the hood is a lot more complicated than kind of like what you see on the scans on Snowflake by Avalanche or Etherscan or any of the basically EVM-based scans. It's a lot more complicated than that. We're basically factoring in two things: on-chain data and off-chain data that, like David mentioned, and you. So, for example, one instance I want to give is, if, for example, you want to buy into a new meme token on Solana that was just launched, you could be able to kind of do a really in-depth analysis about this specific token and know who are the team behind this, if know who exactly are the KOLs behind this. Um, like the only way they will be able to evade what we are building is if they are extremely off the grid and off the internet. If not, we will be able to find you and we will be able to kind of like create a sophisticated resource and analysis of who exactly is the inventor or the owner of this meme token and who are the KOLs in charge of this project. And let's say the owner is really far away. We can draw a triangle with the KOLs and put two plus two together basically. And if you've launched a project in the past, we will be able to know and tell the users if you have robbed in the past. If you have an open SEC filing with the United States, we would be able to tell the investors that you have open cases because you've robbed in the past. So basically, the entire idea of what we're trying to do is to help investors be safe with their finances and invest in the right assets. That is what we're trying to do. And it's going to be a really comprehensive page and analysis you're going to get. So one thing we have done is to kind of like add an AI assistant where you can typically ask questions about anything you see on the page that you do not fully understand. You can see a chart, and for some investors that doesn't really understand like some things in crypto, you can just ask questions, how does this work? And he explains to you that, okay, who is this person? Later on, give or take, for example, V2 or rather V3, you would be able to like kind of like, if you have an ENS domain or any naming service domain, we will know who exactly you are. We will have your Twitter account. We will have your
Oh, is it me, or can you guys still hear Mika or and Ayo?
I think we lost Tayo.
Oh, okay. And I think
Can
Davis.
you hear me?
Yeah. Okay. No, we can hear you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you like to
Yeah.
continue? So I just heard about, yeah, the SEC part, right? If someone has a file on SEC
Yeah.
over there, you
Yeah.
could also help us.
Yeah, if you have an open SEC case, your token has, or not just SEC, it could be somewhere, it could be in Russia, it could be anywhere. We will be able to find exactly who you are and the country you're from, the tokens that you've worked with before in the past, and we're also doing something called a safety score. So that is from our in-depth analysis, and we will be able to advise investors if this token is safe. So again, this is just our advice. It's not necessarily financial advice. We cannot tell you what to buy or what to
Mhm.
sell. We're just giving you all the variables you need to know if you should be buying this token or you should not be buying this token, right? And you get all of these features and a whole lot more things that I cannot say specifically for extremely cheap. Just know it's less than $30 a month. Is going to be really cheap, and long term we plan to even make it a lot cheaper than even $20. At least in V3, V4, it's going to be a lot cheaper than that. And you're getting all these things. So it's not just about trying to like create a software that kind of like have all these features and like it's really expensive to use. We want to make it cheap and we want to support investors and like the crypto community, and kind of like just get them to kind of like invest in the right tokens and stop losing money. So we're trying to think of what ZachXBT is doing on kind of like the crypto side of things. Think of that fully automated by our system and a lot more advanced than that actually. So fingers crossed, and looking forward to kind of like the release. The release is going to come up soon. Token launch as well should be next month or so. But yeah, there's a whole lot of things in the works, and we cannot wait to kind of like make the official release. Yeah, that's what I got to say.
Nice. Thank you so much, yeah, Ayo, for letting us know about that. And yeah, overall, today's discussion is definitely very helpful, right? And so we get to know how Influx AI could help us to combat crypto crime in the Web3 space, right? Thank you all for joining us today. Yeah, thanks to Devi, Mika, and Ayo for sharing very useful insights with us. And also, let me double check our live session views right now because we really, really appreciate everyone for tuning today from all over the world and across several different platforms, right? Wow, we're already past 10,000 live views on Binance Live. Appreciate everyone for tuning in to this AMA regarding how to prevent, how to combat crypto crimes, right? With Influx AI, we had some fantastic insights into how Influx AI is making the crypto space a safer place for everyone, right? Just like our speaker says, no matter you are individual investors, right, or VCs or crypto lovers, right? Whether you have experience or you are new to the space, right? So you could, yeah, be beneficial from this advanced AI technology to empowering everyday investors. And it's also very clear that Influx AI is taking big strides in addressing some of the biggest security challenges in the Web3 space. So, friends, once again, be sure to go to X or Twitter to give them a follow. You could just search Influx AI, or you could type Influx AI Pro, right? And then you can find the official Twitter handle. If you wanted to learn more and get involved in Influx AI, be sure to find more information on their socials because the AI tool is going to be launched pretty soon. Right now, we do not know the exact day, so be sure to just follow them on Twitter or X to receive the most up-to-date information. And also, well, before we wrap up the session, I would like to double check if our speakers have any additional information that you'd like to share with our audience. Thank you.
I'm all good from here. I'll just say that it's great to be on this space again, and we're looking forward to, having everybody in the community contribute value to InfluxAI, and as we also produce value for the entire community. And I'm super pumped for our products that'll be coming out soon, and I'm excited about my team. They're really pivotal to our success so far. They've been really great. Yeah, so that's it from my end. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you so much. Yeah, very exciting about it. And I am going to close our backstage over here. Have a great rest of the day, gentlemen. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Bye, Moonlight.
Bye. Okay, I am going to showcase our
Bye,
banner
Moonlight.
over here. Bye. Thank you so much. And I am going to play our upbeat music to lighten up our mood over here. Oh, of course, I'm going to drop more crypto boxes. Appreciate everyone for joining us today. Over 10,000 live views. That is marvelous. Thank you so much. And over here we go. Another round of crypto box. And just want to let everyone know that be very cautious when you're navigating in the Web3 space because there are indeed a lot of scammers, right? Or phishing links. Yeah. So always be very cautious and don't click on any unknown links. This is to protect all of us. Protect yourself, protect your family members, protect your friends. Okay. Protect people surrounding you is to protect yourself. I am going to say bye to everyone and listen to some upbeat music. See you next time. Bye. Thank you.